Hey, yo, what's up? You know what it is. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Gas Speaks on. And yo, RWBY Volume 4, Chapter number 8, baby. We in the building. Yo! Man, after we had that little slice of what happens when you talk back to Uncle Phil, you get that shit pushed in. We dedicate a whole episode to how you was a bitch nigga. And how you gonna stay a bitch nigga, and how your daughter stay better than you, and you gonna stay catching this butt. Regardless of what happened on the last episode of World of Remnant, is we join our fearless heroes, Team Junior, and God Uncle Crow, who has kind of sort of got a shit pushed in for a little bit of important story time, which is what the show needed, because at this point, is that even without that little stinger at the end of the last episode about when Ruby asked Crow what was going on, and he says, and I quote, "What's your favorite fairy tale?" Is that even without that, I think like this is a point where you will want to sit down, because you need to get the four of these kids to fucking understand what the real shit is. The same thing happened to Ironwood last season when he found out what the fuck was going on for reals. So, it's that Crow made a point to constantly hammer home that there are some things that just need to stay secret because the ignorance of the many. Go look up the rest of the quotes sometimes about quotes about what ignorance and what knowledge in the hand of ignorant fools who have no idea what they're doing can cause the downfall of man. And that's what this episode was about, because you need to get Team Junior to understand that, yo, this is real shit that we dealing with right about now. And this is what I've been dealing with for years. That I was like, y'all, I didn't believe at first. But shit changed. But the thing is that we really got to straight here cross it up here and like bare his soul. Like something that I really didn't expect to see from the character this soon or at all. Is that I always thought that Crow was always going to be the swag badass who never has to bare his soul for any reason, but it was coming, because if it wasn't going to come now, it was going to come at a point with a run-in with Auntie That's So Raven, because the backstory of all them, it's like, that's going to be nuts, like when they finally getting around to get to that, but it probably won't be now or in the new future when they do. But like I said, it was interesting to hear Crow explain to Ruby, like, she's sitting there like, why didn't you just come with us, Uncle Crow? And it's like, nah, things are better this way because they're better this way, and you just have to trust me on that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was a sentimental moment, because, it's like, you can take it from whatever angle you want. You can take it as Vic McNaughton's a great actor, or Vic McDurp, as I should say, because I shouldn't be trying to pronounce his name correctly. But still, is that you can take that as great acting on Vic McNaughton's part. You can take that as me being invested in a character like Crow, because Crow is the god, and for him to show a moment of vulnerability like that, in that way, it was nuts to see. But given how the episode ended, I have questions about that, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Because, meanwhile, back in Menagerie, is that we finally got a chance to see father and daughter sit down. Is that we've known for a long time that our little Miss Belladonna regretted her choice about following Adam into the belly of the beast, and everything she has done to try to absolve herself of her sins since. To be embarrassed, to feel shame in front of her parents for the choices that she made. But it's like, we learn the best when we fall down and when we fuck up. And in that little moment where she's sitting up here fumbling and where she's sitting up here bawling her eyes out, is that for real? Like real, that's real shit. We learn when we fall and we fuck up. And that is what that scene represented. Is that straight up. We learn our best lessons and triumph the hardest after we done fell down and fucked up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't really fault that. I was glad to really see that familiar connection between Garrett and between Blake. It was good to see that. But then, of course, dumbass, ignorant fucking son, dumbass. I was trying to tell you something. I wasn't trying to spoil you, Blake. I swear, you dumb fucking monkey. Coon. Yeah, I said it. I went there. I was finna say something about Bugs Monkey, dog. I was listening to some Cameron on the way home yesterday. Don't ask. But the way that look ended, they got little cat ninjas and shit in the bushes. Cat ninjas. Like, there's something hot about cat ninjas. Just letting your ass know, man. Cat ninjas. Like get you some cat ninjas. The thing is, before we get out of here, this is real important. The one thing that this show left like on this real fucked up clip as we do this last one for 2016 is, why was Crow's blood purple or blue or whatever color that was not red? And trust me, that's not no censoring shit, because Ruby goes dumb as fuck. We have to remember one of the characters in this show lost a fucking arm and can now do bionic arm X-Factor cancel like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so don't give me that shit. So I don't know if that has something to do with Crow's semblance. I don't have anything to do with Tyrion fucking doing whatever when he fucking cut him with his fucking stinger. I don't know what the hell. But Crow is in bad fucking shape, and we can't lose Uncle Crow now. King Jr. better do something. They better handle my folks, man. That's my nigga right there, though. Crow the God, man. We can't lose him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like if we lose, it's like, I don't think that, well, now that it's on my mind, that the show should try to sacrifice Crow for fucking plot movement. That would be dumb. You don't sacrifice good characters like that who have so much to say and so much backstory to give, especially given Crow's history with the people that he has interacted with in his past. So it'll be interesting to really see what they gonna do with Crow, because I don't think Crow gonna die, but Crow gonna be out of action for a minute, and it's like they can do a lot more with my boy, because like I said in the last review, it's like that fight was cool, but I don't think it lived up to my expectations for what I expect a Crow fight to be. The Crow fight was dumb as fuck, but I expected Crow to go extra gangster. And because he was sitting up here trying to protect four little cubs in the field, couldn't really get greasy. So we'll see what the fate of Uncle Crow is and everything else as we continue our journey into the world of Remnant. I don't know if there's an actual episode, but I was just saying that for transitional purposes, into the year 2017. So, with that being said, before we get out of here, just want to say something real quick. I know people watch this and don't agree with every fucking thing I say. No, the serious shit is serious when I really talk about things about trying to dive in the plot and jokes and jokes. Separate the two. More importantly, separate is I don't do this for you, I do this for me. I'm the reverse Allen Iverson. This is just practice for me. I go to practice every day. Every time I put on the mic, I'm shooting I'm shooting threes, I'm shooting free throws, I'm hitting the jumpers. It's practice. You gotta do something. And I love talking about this stuff. I love sharing my thoughts, agree or disagree. I don't give a fuck. I do what I do. I'm gonna take this attitude into 2017. We'll see if it turns into something. We will see if this attitude turns into something, and I have a feeling that it will. So, for the final time, in the year 2016. I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, I'll see you in 2017.